Hey everyone, today we're going to be doing a little something on TSM. So TradeSkillMaster is what I consider and many others to be the very best add-on or set of add-ons to do with gold making. And it's just, there's so much to it. This is going to be an introductory video, so I'm going to be talking to you as if you don't know anything about the add-on, like anything at all. You've either never used it or you've pretty much not scraped the surface. That's who I'm going to be talking to. Now, if you have used the add-on before, you may still learn a few things here and there, but don't expect very much. This is going to be a very basic introduction. So, there's a lot that TradeSkillMaster does. So let's just start with tooltips. Just tooltips. If we mouse over any item, we are going to be seeing a lot of new stuff that's not been there before. So you'll see a bunch of numbers, like the disenchant value on top, pretty self-explanatory. Vendor sale, it doesn't always show from the Blizzard interface, whatever. Then you get TSM auction DB. That's gonna, so the minimum buyout is gonna be the cheapest an item is being posted for. The market value is kind of an average of everything posted, but it also takes into account the recent past. It's not just what is an average right now, it's a recent past. And the region market value average is the same thing as before, but the average for all of the realms in, for me, Europe. I also have crafting costs there right now. So this is an item I think you craft with blacksmithing. No, it's leatherworking. And you can see 57 gold cost and 242 gold of profit. So this is just basic stuff. I've removed most of the things I normally have. I'll just show you really quickly. I have this stuff. What else do I have normally? Actually, not anything else. Yeah, just I add a few values for other things. It's so customizable. There's so much you can do. I will try my best to keep it simple though, so that I don't lose anyone. That's a lot to see, but yeah, you can add so many things. So many things. It's amazing. Now, let's go into another amazing thing the add-on does, which is just posting items on the auction house. It makes everything so much simpler. So you have a few different tabs here. Browse is pretty much going to be for shopping. I have a lot of groups set up here. They are kind of self-explanatory. Shadowlands stuff, materials, herbs, or blah, 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 blah. If I go over here and press the shopping scan, it's gonna be searching for all of those items, but it's gonna filter anything that's not below a certain price. So I want to be buying things for cheap, so I've configured it to do that. And it looked for all of those items, and it's returned these ones, which are cheap. So I could just go here and go to, well, wait, pause temp. Yeah, and buy out, and I can just go like this and buy 10,000 shrouded cloth. Done. There you go. Auctioning. So again, a whole lot of groups. We can both post them and run a cancel scan for when stuff has been undercut by other people. So if I select this, it's going to start scanning everything. You see here, you've been undercut, and all of these are not going to be cancelled. But once this is done, everything that's been undercut, I can just cancel. Everything gets sent to the mailbox, and I can repost and be the first in queue. So let's wait a little bit for it to finish. And I'll just cancel everything like that. And everything's cancelled. We pop over to the mailbox. It also changes how the mailbox shows. There's quite a few things that are really nice. I'll get into it in a little bit. I'll show you a few things that are amazing about mailing with TradeSkillMaster. Now, actually, I'll show you right now because I bought a lot of shrouded cloth. So if we go over here, I set up a whole lot of groups to mail certain items to certain of my characters. So what it's going to do here, it's going to take all of that shrouded cloth and send to my rogue. So press that button and it's all gone. It's really helpful. Now we go back here and we are going to post everything in our bags. We don't post anything individually because we've grouped everything up. And there you go. You also have to do a whole bunch of... I'll talk about what operations are, which is pretty much code telling the add-on what to do, what to post for when it comes to each item. So that's auctioning. Yeah, we have a tab for all of our auctions as well, pretty much the same as the default interface, right? Not very different, just looks a bit different, bigger, and not very much to see here. So that's it for auctioning and buying stuff that you've programmed. Now let me go over to get that out of the way. Let's go over to my other account. And we're at our rogue, actually. So let's see. Actually, let me get rid of this. Now, this is how the crafting looks like with TradeSkillMaster. By the way, everything you can swap between the vanilla interface and TradeSkillMaster. But I only use this pretty much. Now, you can just use it the vanilla way as well. But I typically don't. Actually, that's not true. For a few things I do, for a bunch of other things I don't. Most things I just go over to TSM groups here and I select the groups respective to the professions the character I am on has, and then I click restock selected groups, and it's gonna create a list of things here, a crafting queue for everything that I need to post on the auction house because I don't have them. And again, that all has to be configured. And I've set everything to be, I only craft things that are at least 25% profitable. As to say, if I spend 100 gold on something, it needs to give me back 125 gold. So this is what has returned. So I'm going to craft a few things here. I'm not going to be crafting everything in the queue, but I'll be crafting those few enchants that are showing as green. And that's pretty much how I go about crafting using the crafting queue. It's amazing. It saves so much time. And now I'll show you again the mailing between the characters. I go over to groups again, and only those enchants are going to be sent to the other character. So we go back to the other one, and now we'll have the enchants on the mailbox. There they are. And as you can see, the shrouded cloth is not sent because I've configured the shrouded cloth to be only sent to this guy. So it's very configurable. It's going to save you so much time. And we can just go ahead and go over to the auction house again, select everything, post, and done. Really quick, right? Now, post champ. This is pretty much not scripted at all. So, right. I want to show you this screen. It's going to be really helpful as well. And you're going to have to come to this screen to do a whole bunch of stuff configuring. But anyway, one step at a time. So right here, you can see a graph. Don't trust the graph too much. Like for example, the graph is really red. That's because I've spent a lot of tokens recently, over 1 million gold on tokens in like 24 hours, because I've made an auction house account. So this chick, Vulperi chick, is the only character on my account. It's always online, always going back and forth from the mailbox to the auction house because it's practical, and I like it like that. So lots of tokens, but down here, all of these, this is really helpful. So we got, oh, I should mention as well, you can see for all time, 2 years back, 1 year back, 6 months, blah, 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 1 week, 1 day. So you can see 300,000 in sales in 1 day. You get the expenses here, over 100k, and a profit 200k. If we do 1 week, you then get the same for 1 week, of course. So this can be quite helpful. You can set it up as being across all of your characters or just one or whatever you want to do. It helps to just see what's been going on. It's really good. Now, ledger. Right here, you're gonna have a sum of everything you've been doing, from everything you've sold. If we go to like materials, you can see all of the materials I've sold in 7 days. And by the way, this is a group you have to create. It can be different for you. I've done it like this. All of the materials I've sold this week are these. I can see what I've sold in the last 30 days as well. Pretty much since Shadowlands came out, something like that. And this is what I use. I don't really use these. I don't really look at expenses either, but you can also see how much I've been spending, over almost 8 million the last 30 days on materials. No, actually everything. Yeah. Oh, it's gone up now. Whatever. I don't really look at this one. Failed auctions, I don't really look at it either, but there's a lot you can see there. Now, groups. So you've heard me talk a lot about groups. You need to group things as in items, like for example leather. I got the leather group right here, and I got all of the leathers and the pallet bone we get from skinning. And if you want to sell these on the auction house, you need to group them up, and then you have to do an operation. So the operation is gonna be telling the add-on what to do. And there are a bunch of different operations. You have the auctioning operations, which are, it's what you're telling the add-on to do to the items on the auction house. So I'm saying you should post for 24 hours, 50,000 maximum. So if I have 60,000 desolate leather in my bags, I'm gonna post 50,000. I don't have that number, by the way. It's just I put the most because whatever, it doesn't matter. So 50,000 is the most it's gonna post for. Anything under is gonna be posted. Everything over is not gonna be posted. Have a bunch of options here, but the most important stuff here is gonna be the minimum price, maximum price, and normal price. You can set this up in many different ways. This operation is selling get that leather and post it for the cheapest on the auction house. I want it to be the cheapest. I have other operations that are more complicated. Some are gonna be... I'm trying to think how to explain it simply, but this operation, Shaman, for example, is gonna be... It's not just post for the least, it's post for the least if it's not too cheap, or if you also won't post for too much. Like if someone is posting leather for 1 million gold each and there's no other leather on the auction house, I'm not going to be posting for 1 million as well. I'm going to be posting for reasonable prices. So it's extremely configurable, and I'll be showing you. I will be leaving below the simple strings I use that will help you not post for too little or too much for auctioning. I hope I'm not making that too complicated. I'm trying my best to keep it really simple, but it's a lot. Now, go back to groups and operations and ladder. Now, mailing operations. As you've seen before, I'm pressing one button to send everything back and forth. This one is going to one of my characters called El Snobo. That's my leather worker, so I send all of the leather to that character. You can have a bunch of different ones for each individual character. It's up to you. You have the shopping operations that would be for all of these items. The auction house would search for anything that you configure it to do above, below, whatever, a certain price. In this case, it will be below, of course, because you're shopping. You want it to be cheap. And that should be basically the big things about TradeSkillMaster. Auction operations, you also have the crafting operations. Those are more complicated. I don't really... okay, I'll do a little bit, actually. So, let's say it's just super simple. You go over here, create like this one. Crafting operation number called 10. So, what does that mean? Max restock quantity. That means I'm going to be crafting at most 10 of the item this operation is assigned to, and the minimum profit is going to be 25% of the crafting cost. You can set it up to be anything, like it can be 1,000 gold right here, or you could do the 25% profit. No, crafting. This is what I want it to be, and pretty much everything I'm doing is set to be 25% profit. It's a nice margin. It's kind of simple. It can get really complicated, so that's why I was thinking, should I get into it? Like, because I have stuff, for example, like this bad boy here, or I think there are even more complicated ones like this one. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. But I'm trying my very hardest to keep it really simple. So yeah, you do that for crafting. Shopping is pretty simple actually. You can get. I'll share this string with you. Just a simple operation. It's going to be searching for anything below 70% of the average of the market. Basically, it's not quite that. It's a little bit more complicated, but put very simply, it's 70% below or 30% below the market price is going to return you everything. And that's basically it. It's very complicated, as I'm sure. Let me know if I'm doing a good job of explaining all of this. I'm trying to keep it really simple. I'm going to do in-depth videos on each section of the add-on. I'm going to be doing auctioning stuff, crafting. Crafting can be really complicated. Mailing is super simple, basically really simple, but there's also some stuff to learn. You also have moving stuff to the bank semi-automatically. Nothing works automatically with TradeSkillMaster because that would be against the rules. But sending putting stuff on the bank, getting stuff from the bank made easy as well. There's so much. So each section I will be doing a video on. This has been a really long video. I didn't expect it to go for this long. I know I'm ranting a lot, but I hope I made things quite clear. If I've done a good job of it, let me know. If I've done a terrible job, let me know as well. Whatever has not been obvious, let me know in the comments. Let me know on Discord, and I'll see. I'll try to explain it better next time. But for now, I think that's going to be it. Let me know what you think. I love you. subscribe to get notified when the new videos are coming. Lots of gold gathering, lots of sales stuff, crafting, and more TradeSkillMaster stuff. I'm going to be going into every section of the add-on, and catch you next time.